Hey, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. You guys can watch us live. Get in on the chat on 560 WQAM's YouTube page, our Twitch page, the channel Miami 560 WQAM, and get in on that. It was a rough night. Let's get some more headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Canes got waxed by Kentucky yesterday. Just completely run off the floor in the second half.
Oh, my goodness. It was.
I got a mean text from my uncle yesterday where he just simply tweeted me, "Get the F out of my gym." Wow.
Wow. Mr. Kentucky. Wow. So
you're around draft time. See you later, dude.
Jesus.
My uncle Liam is a rabid Kentucky Wildcats fan. I don't really understand why, but
move this whole family.
You know, I do need him come draft time when the Heat, inevitably will draft another Kentucky Wildcat to get my scouting. But I did not like that last night. The Canes got absolutely
they couldn't miss.
Pumped.
Oh my goodness! I never saw a team make more threes. And just everybody, and they were like, "You can't miss." I'm like,
Kentucky was hot then. That's what it was.
Kentucky, they just smoked.
Very hot, smoking.
Just smoke it. Like the Canes made a nice run in the first half. The lead at one point. It was kind of close to the, coming out of that, and then just run off the floor in the second.
It was like if the run and shoot met a methodical offense.
It was that's really probably one of the tougher places to play in the country, though. Arena.
Yes.
That place is that's a for real skis college atmosphere. Not that they're not used to it. Obviously, they were in the Final Four and all that, but it's not easy to win on the road, man. It's a tough one. So
it's early.
That was no big deal. I wanted to see, like, I was busy watching the Heat. I didn't have time to get into a back and forth with him too, and I'm just like, dude, it was a rough one tonight. I don't want to quit, but really what I wanted to tell him is, like, calm down. It's not January, okay? That's when the Canes always turned it on.
Wait. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What would the text have been to your uncle if the Canes had won? It's not hard to say. It's not hard to say.
Probably would have been something like, "We are blue bloods now, Bobby." No, that was tough. The Panthers got screwed last night. The Panthers last night against the Blue Leafs, they thought they won the shootout. This was like Fiesta Bowl all over again, where the Blue Leafs are literally off the ice. They left. They called the shootout over. And then, like, something out of WWE. Hold up. Rodriguez, they waved off the goal. I was like, what?
In a shootout?
In a shootout, dude. Everybody was ready to go home anyway. Everybody left the ice. Call them back.
Why did he wave it off?
I don't understand hockey. Something about the way the pad was that they said, it was in the pad.
They said he double tapped the puck.
Right. And so, like, they waved it off after review. Like, get the hell out of here. Like, we're all ready to go home. Smelled like some Canadian shenanigans, if you ask me.
This is strange. I'm reading that, like, people were in the tunnel already. And then they're like, "Oh, by the way, we're reviewing that."
I've never heard of reviewing a shootout.
Dude, it was crazy. And it was like all the Blue Leafs had left. Maurice, too, he had enough of the referees.
Yeah.
He was like, he just told one of them to F off.
I like that.
In his calm voice?
No, he's not. It's like him and Spo are the same. Like, they are really maniacs on the sideline.
Spo got teed up.
Dude, okay, so this is what I want to get to. Last night, also who got screwed was the Heat. So yesterday, great, unbelievable game yesterday.
It was
a great game.
It was close. No team got way out of hand. Yeah, it was tight the whole way.
It was the only time it wasn't tight was like the first 3 minutes when the Heat were down 15-2. But after that, great game. Scoring up the wazoo. It was awesome. And they get to the end of this game. Bam hits a floater. Okay. Heat are down 2. And then, like, ref calls a foul immediately on J-Rich. And Spo loses his mind. And, like, it's a rarity for Spo to get teed up. He's animated. He'll jump out, but he doesn't get teed up very much. I think he's only been ejected once in his career. He loses his mind because one, we're having a hotly contested game here. It's physical. And they give a little ticky-tack call on Damian Lillard. They're picking him up full court. Refs send him to the line. Spo loses it. So now he gets 3 free throws. The Bucks get to go up 5 with a minute left. And here's Eric Spoelstra after the game. Because it was dude, first of all, Bam Adebayo. Woo, this dude. This guy he's good. He's good. But he was like, it's not only that he was doing that yesterday. No Jimmy. Jimmy was out. He was mic'd up.
Was he?
He was mic'd up.
Wow.
He was mic'd up. They only went to him once. It was just telling J. Rich to stay aggressive, which was nice.
Yeah. That's probably all the ones they could play.
Probably cursing too much. Yeah. But Bam was great. He had there was a great back and forth between him and Giannis. Giannis had a stop on Bam. Then Bam goes down, takes a charge on him. But then the one possession he had where he swallows up Damian Lillard on offense and covers him like a blanket and then swats it right into the stands. Problem was, there was 2 seconds left on the shot clock, love. And Chris Middleton hit a really tough shot. It was
fading away.
Yeah.
He shot that ball. He ended up in the second row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bam was great last night. Although I do agree with Gaff. He missed 3 dunks. It's he probably could have had an even bigger game.
For sure.
He played 43 minutes, didn't he?
He was awesome. No, well, he had to play anytime Giannis played. They were not letting the game go on without Giannis. So Eric Spoelstra after the game, very close game, great back and forth. Heat do not advance in this stupid in-season tournament.
Oh, it's stupid now.
I've said it was stupid. Don't act like I haven't been saying it's stupid.
No.
I think Jimmy was listening to the show because we were like, oh, a week off of rest, even though I think we're wrong on that.
No, we were totally wrong on that. Now they got to play. They got to go to their punishment is they have to go to Canada.
Oh, God.
They have to go to Toronto
to play another team who's not in it.
Right. They have to go play. They have to play the Raptors and they have to play the Cavs at home next week. So I was completely wrong on that. But it's not my fault that I'm not wrong. Nobody understands this stupid tournament.
This is so strange.
Did you see yesterday?
I understand it?
No, you don't.
No,
nobody understands.
Ask me a question.
Okay.
Ask me a question.
Did you see yesterday what happened in the Bulls-Celtics game?
No.
Oh, I did see that.
So the Celtics had to win by 23 points, and they are smoking the Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay? Smoking them. And they are such bastards because they're the Celtics. They're low rent. They do and Andre Drummond in the middle of the game because they want to keep their lead fat. And Billy Donovan's losing his mind.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing? And Missoula has to go explain to him, oh, we got to win by this many points, Billy.
Okay.
Because they're losers. And that's what they have to do. They have to scrap and claw to go get a road game in this stupid tournament. And so nobody understands the rules, not even Billy Donovan.
What happens when you win the tournament again?
You get a trophy, and every player gets $500K.
Okay, so this doesn't have any
no free playoff spot. No, that would be cool if you told me you get that. That's cool.
Yeah, because Jimmy could rest the rest of the season.
Yeah,
that's
we wouldn't even need. Yeah,
for be what 16.
He could have. 70? Yeah, they could go in there with 20 wins and be like, it's all good. We got
all good.
We locked it up. That would be great.
Yeah. So this is just essentially for a little cute little trophy and money that the Celtics already have an abundance of.
Yeah. So anyway, and all the NBA people are trying to tell you, this is the greatest. The NBA tournament's the greatest. Dude, look at all the results last night. They were all by 30 points. The only good game was the Warriors Kings, which was Malik Monk at the near at the buzzer. That was great. And which obviously led to great things for you because now Klay Thompson's getting annihilated all over the country.
I got to admit something later, but I don't want to talk about it. Right
now. And of course, the Heat Bucks. The Heat Bucks was a great game.
Yeah.
So the national TV games were great. The rest of the games, they were blowouts. Anyway, Eric Spoelstra getting back to the Heat. They get completely screwed at the end there. Damian Lillard, who I don't know if that hurt Heat fans or not. It really didn't hurt me that bad. You want to know why? Hawkins, dude. Oh, he was good.
Oh.
Did you see what Shaq calls him now?
No, what?
Hawker J.
Point for Shaq.
He's good. Shaquille O'Neal was good on the broadcast, dude. He made Reggie Miller bearable.
Damn.
Now it did squeeze Harlan out. I will say that. It was kind of like the Reggie and Shaq show.
Yeah.
But it was a good show.
That's all. We got to save him for Dolphin games.
Shaq was having a good time. We will also get to Shaq not knowing how to count. Okay. But before that, let's hear from Eric Spoelstra, who is the king of complaining about the referees sneakily so he won't get fined. Here is Spo after the game.
Yeah, I mean, probably the only real possessions, 3 possessions that I think we could have, 2 we could have done a better job, and 1 they could have just let play on. But the offensive rebound, obviously, but it felt like we had it. Jay Rich had like kind of rolled his ankle at the beginning of that possession, and so they end up getting an offensive rebound, and then of course it ends up in Lillard's hands. The baseline out of bounds, I think we ended up like switching it, and Middleton hit a incredibly difficult shot. But I think if we were body on body, we could have defended that better. And then I think the entire building and whoever was probably watching on TV probably just would have wanted to see what would happen without that 90-foot foul call on Lillard, and then the subsequent technical on the head coach, basically to steal the game. I think, look, Lillard is good enough. He very likely could have created something going down the other end. I just think we all wanted to see what's what, see if what would have happened. But that kind of just took the air. I think it was a minute left. It was a 2-point game at that point. And that pretty much just sealed the game from there.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Like what he said there. He's like, Lillard's good enough, right? You don't need to help him, refs.
You don't need to help him. Also, it didn't help that it was Jay Rich at the end of the game. Again, of course, getting the foul call. But, Jay Rich did have a good game. It's just, him in the last minute of a game.
What are you doing?
I mean, he had a great game. He had a great game.
What are you doing?
No, I'm just saying, but it was a great game from him. Great game. He's having a good season.
2-minute warning.
But of course, end of the game, Jay Rich. He seems to be around the miscues. Not his fault. It just happens to be that way.
Every time.
Because David Guthrie's a coward.
Oh.
Who's David Guthrie?
The referee.
Yeah.
Answer
for your crimes, Guthrie.
He's a bum. And Eric Spoelstra should not have been teed up. It's ridiculous. But he is like that offensive rebound where Giannis throws up that brick 3, which I was like, yes. Why is Giannis taking a 3?
So great.
And when they didn't get the offensive rebound, it ends up in Dame's hand. I'm like, oh. They had a couple of those, just like marginal plays that just really swung. And then there was some dude. Who the hell was that guy who came in for the Bucks at the start of the third quarter? What the hell was that guy's name?
That guy's a creative.
He hit a 3 off the glass.
Oh, yeah, with the wild hair.
He had one that like went and dropped. He had like 2 threes that were the ugliest shots I've ever seen in my life, yet they went in. So really annoying. Really annoying. I will tell you this, though, and these are the facts. That Bucks team, they don't want the Heat, dude. They don't want the Heat. They don't want the Heat.
They don't.
They don't want the Heat. They don't want the Heat.
They're not as scary as I thought they were.
They're not scary. They're not scary. They're not scary. They're not scary. And let me tell you something, Giannis and Dame, they don't work together.
Why not?
I know they're undefeated in all games they've scored over 25, but they don't work together. And let me tell you something, especially, they don't want the Heat, dude. They do not want the Heat. Think about yesterday. Think about this. They had to claw with their fingernails, okay? Like any given Sunday. They had to claw with their fingernails to the end of that game. And if it wasn't for a crooked referee and Josh Richardson,
speak on it,
the Miami Heat would have won. And that was without Jimmy Butler and without Tyler Hero. And they only have a Jaquez who's 18 games into his career. When Dr. J actually gets into some surgeries,
that's good.
Think about what this team is going to. I'm going to tell you right now about the Bucks. They may want to take on the Celtics, and they may want to take on the Philadelphia 76ers, and they may want the New York Knicks. But let me just tell you something about Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
Who by the way, he needs to mind himself a little bit. I was watching yesterday on Ethan Skolnick's, not Schmeeth and Schmolnick's, but Ethan Skolnick's Instagram, and this guy's trying to be his humble self, where he goes, "Oh, is Miami still a threat? Of course they." They don't have like the biggest names. Dude, you want to know something, Giannis? Don't tell me about names when they gentlemen swept your ass not once but twice in your career, dude. Mind your P's and Q's, okay? because you know what the facts are. Sexy names, not sexy names. The facts is the Bucks, they don't want the Heat, dude. They do not want the Heat. That's the facts. This is just like the Sixers last year. I don't care if Miami is 0-2 against them this year. They haven't had a real game against the Heat. Not a true loss, okay? The first game, they nearly had to come back. In the only game Jovic played this year, they nearly blew a 25-point lead to Tyler Hero and Children. Secondly, now you have a game at the building with the Heat. No Jimmy Butler this time, so you've had a game with no Jimmy, no Bam, and this game also had no Tyler. So 2 of the Heat's leading scorers were out, and you needed everything plus crooked officiating to get the win. They do not want the Heat, dude. I'm telling you right now, once again, that Bucks team is wetting down their shorts if they get drawn with the Heat in the playoffs. Wow. Not a problem. You want to know what I don't fear? I do not fear Giannis Antetokounmpo. I do not fear that giant ostrich, Brook Lopez. And I don't fear Damian Lillard.
That's probably because you're not out there playing against them.
They don't, dude. They don't fear him.
All right.
They don't fear him.
I got you.
When Jaime Jaquez has more, because let me tell you something about Jaime Jaquez. This kid was cooking.
Yeah, he was.
He was cooking.
Yep.
And this kid doesn't even have 20 games under his belt. Not even 20.
Pretty good.
They don't want the Heat, dude. They don't want the Heat. The Bucks do not want Marcos?
The Heat.
The Heat, dude. They don't want the Heat.
It's true. You said that last year, and
that was the Sixers.
I know, and you proved to be right.
Yeah.
So
they don't want the Heat.
How can I doubt you?
All right.
Heat in 5.
You're very, very generous to the Bucks.
Oh, giving them 1.
Very generous.
Okay.
How did you feel yesterday, J-Fig? Were you happy with the Heat performance? Were you pissed about that loss? Are you bummed being out of the in-season tournament?
Don't really care about the in-season tournament. The whole loss situation, I don't know. Let's just keep rolling with it. The whole loss situation, at least we didn't lose by that much points. So it wasn't a total bust. It was a good game. And what really bothered me the most was the Panthers game, though.
Oh, that was very annoying. Yeah, that was
very annoying. Oh. Especially because I was watching it somewhere else aside from my house. And when the game ends, I'm like, perfect, we won. Leave my house. Leave to go home. We lost. What is...
You walked out.
I walked out thinking we won.
Thought they won. Come back. Wait, what happened?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's strange.
Wow.
That's strange.
Yeah.
That's like awful. When you go to sleep.
How does that happen?
Yeah, have you ever gone to sleep with a very commanding lead? You wake up the next day and it's just over?
Absolutely.
I'll never forget one day, my wife and I went to Heat Jazz, smoking them.
Yeah.
Hey, hon, let's get out of here. Let's go enjoy the rest of our night. We're driving home. Obviously, we live very far away, as you guys know.
Yep.
At the time, we actually didn't even live as far away. We lived in Delray at the time, little apartment.
Oh, nice.
2 kids, 2 crazy kids.
Oh.
And I just continue to listen as Paul Millsap is sinking the Miami Heat. And Mike Inglis is on the call.
Yeah.
And when you blow a lead with Mike Inglis, he's going to let you hear about it, dude.
Yeah. Kind of like that about him.
It was a rough one, and the Jazz ended up winning that game. It was a brutal one.
So wait, hold on. You left a game that you were leading.
Yeah, they were smoking them, dude.
Which is understandable.
They're smoking them, just like you know.
But you're still listening to the game on the way.
Yeah, because I'm a sicko. I don't know what to tell you.
No, for sure. That's the only answer there.
I don't really have it in. They were. I was like, oh yeah. We had a good time, and we got there early. Obviously, we went to Bayside, which
nice.
That place sucks.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Went to Bayside. Although they do have a pretty good pizza place that I like hitting there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, what's it called? Ben's.
Is that
very thin pizza?
Oh, sweet.
I don't know if it's new.
I know a lot of those places were shutting down.
I know they're trying to revamp it, and I'm gonna tell you something. That Bayside sucks.
Oh, okay.
And I don't care what they're putting there. It's still gonna be nothing but hat shops and a guy with a parrot. And that's all it's going to be.
Stop.
Take a picture with the parrot.
That's all the Bayside's going to be. Place sucks. It's the biggest tourist trap we have down here.
Yep.
I can't believe people still try to make it a thing, but they do. But yeah, I remember us going to Bayside, had a whole day there, kicking ass, hey, let's beat the traffic. You know, it's a long drive home.
Yeah.
Listen to Mike Inglis. Wife falls asleep even in the car.
Okay.
And when wakes, she goes, did I just hear that they lost? How did they lose that game?
Okay.
And I just go, Millsap! Millsap is why we lost.
Jeez. Yeah, that's rough, dude. That's rough. Yesterday gave, like you mentioned earlier, feelings of the Ohio State, Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
It was bad, man. It was bad. Luckily, this isn't like something, hopefully, that doesn't have major implications, but
No, I just hate losing to that stupid Toronto Maple Leafs team because they're very cocky. I hate their fan base. So whatever, dude. But anyway, as far as the Heat's concerned yesterday, very, very entertaining game.
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo, I mean, this dude was so good yesterday. When he had the rebound, gets down court, has that step back shot right in Bobby Portis' face, and then hits him with a hey, nice try.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, this guy's turning into an assassin.
He's developing.
I really, really love everything that he's bringing to the table.
Still getting better. Dude.
You know what I love though? There was a point where him and Giannis are like bouncing back and forth with each other. Great defense. Guys are getting balls to the wall effort. Then there were back-to-back possessions where Bam Adebayo gets cooked by Cam Payne, and then Duncan Robinson cooks Giannis.
Yeah.
And you're just like, these guys just needed a rest.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they were just going at it. They were so tenacious with each other.
Yeah.
They're like, they're like tying up like a couple of rams, just like really getting after it. And they probably think to himself, Cam Payne, what's he gonna do? Hit a little stupid three?
Yep.
Blew right by Bam. And then the next possession, Duncan Robinson, right by Giannis. And they're just like, all right, that was stupid. That was just
what just happened?
This didn't make any sense. And then the next possession, I think it was Chris Middleton then goes up against Bam, swats it, and then he gets the ball back for three, air ball, and mother bleeping Giannis. They can't get the offensive rebound. Giannis gets fouled. They had like a handful of those in that fourth quarter, dude. I was, they were crushers.
Backbreaking.
Crushers, dude.
Yeah, I even saw that Jay Fig sent the text like Spo was gonna fight the refs.
Oh, he was. Could you give me Spo again after the game? This was Spo for those who haven't heard it. You know this guy's a master.
Yeah.
You know, he's not gonna get fined when it comes to the officiating, and he's not going to be lured. And he doesn't get teed up a lot. He's gotten teed up for like stepping on the court. He's a big offender of that. Like,
yeah, for sure.
He'll run out onto the court for a timeout.
Yep.
But for arguing, not really. And I think he's only got one ejection in his career. If he has another one, and I think it was like at the end of a double overtime against the Clippers, like back in the big 3 days. If he has another one, shoot me the message. I don't remember it, but I think that's the only one he has in his career. So he gets teed up because the referees decide, you know what, this great game that we're having, we haven't gotten enough attention. Let's call a foul on Josh Richardson, because of course it's going to be on Josh Richardson. Of course. Even though he was awesome yesterday, and I apologize. But it just happens to always be him late. I mean, I don't understand. If there's going to be an infraction late, like it's going to be against Josh Richardson. I mean, he played awesome yesterday. I just want to be clear about that.
That's we're going to move on from him, huh?
I am going to move on, Jay. That's a great point. I'm going to move on. And he was awesome yesterday and has been awesome. And I apologize for what I said about him the other day.
I'm just glad he stayed in bounds.
But like it was nice that the infraction actually happened in bounds, but it just always happens to be him at the end of the game. Anyway, I want to move on. Eric Spoelstra was not happy about this foul getting called. Here he was after the game.
Yeah, I mean, probably the only real possessions, 3 possessions that I think we could have, 2 we could have done a better job, and 1 they could have just let play on. But the offensive rebound, obviously, but it felt like we had it. Jay Rich had like kind of rolled his ankle at the beginning of that possession, and so they end up getting an offensive rebound, and then of course it ends up in Lillard's hands. The baseline out of bounds, I think we ended up like switching it, and Middleton hit a incredibly difficult shot. But I think if we were body on body, we could have defended that better. And then I think the entire building and whoever was probably watching on TV probably just would have wanted to see what would happen without that 90-foot foul call on Lillard, and then the subsequent technical on the head coach. Basically to seal the game. I think, look, Lillard is good enough. He very likely could have created something going down the other end. I just think we all wanted to see see if what would have happened. But that kind of just took the air. I think it was a minute left. It was a 2-point game at that point. And that pretty much just sealed the game from there.
Yeah, sealed the game from there. Lowry ended up getting a bucket that he got to within 3, but then next trip down, it was like 30-something seconds left. Brooke Lopez, they created a Brooke Lopez ended up getting a wide open dunk, and that was all she wrote.
Can I tell you something about Brooke Lopez?
Ugly, right?
Stupid, ugly ostrich Brooke Lopez. You can't get more than 5.5 rebounds, dude. You can't get more than 5.5 rebounds.
He's out in the fringe now, man. Did you know his brother was on the Bucks now too?
No,
he switched jerseys with Bernie yesterday because it's a thing. He fights mascots.
Oh, that's right.
Which I gotta say with the Bucks,
yeah,
a lot of nepotism, huh?
Ooh, right.
Like a lot of you got the Antetokounmpo family tree now. All the Lopezes, you don't see the Heat with Cody Martin.
That's true.
You don't see us with Cody Martin.
That is true.
Now, did you see who was at the game yesterday?
No, who was at the game yesterday?
J-Fit, can you, from courtesy of our friend Wes Goldberg, can you reveal yesterday who was at the game?
Someone,
my little Gogi.
Who's he hugging there? Can you?
I think that's Low Dog.
Yeah, I thought that was Lowry.
I think he's hugging Kyle Lowry. I think.
Wow, I didn't realize they were close like that.
Well, Kyle claims that he asked for permission to wear number 7 when he came here, which I wish Goran denied. But even though I love Kyle, I do. But I think number 7 should be in the rafters for Dragic.
Yeah.
Why can't we bring him in? I mean,
dude?
Drew Smith got hurt.
Yep.
Why can't we have Goran Dragic here, dude? Can I just ask a question?
Yep.
And if anybody has an answer, you can 305-567-0560. But here's my question about signing Goran Dragic. What's the harm? What's the harm? What's the harm? Why can't we have Gogi on this team? First of all, wouldn't it be great to have a nice little mentor for Nikola Jovic?
Yeah.
He won't let him get tricked by foreign media. We've already found that to be an issue because Jovic told you, I didn't say those things. That was Serbian media running wild. Well, now Goran Dragic can be a blockade and be like, you don't talk to them, buddy.
Yeah.
No, you don't talk. And also,
you can be honest, but a specific way of honest.
Right. But also, I want him. Like, let's just get him on the team. I'm tired of him having to sit out here, and you keep bringing him to Heat games, and he's like a season ticket holder.
Yeah.
Can he do me a favor, Miami Heat? Okay, because you listen to me every now and then. Bring back Goran Dragic. I don't know if that has to be as a player or an advisor. I don't know if he's officially retired, but I want him. And Josh, who says, I never understood the Gogi love. That's probably just because you have a black heart and you don't understand love. Wow. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe that's what that is. But you don't understand he's arguably the greatest point guard in franchise history. What are we doing here? This guy was the leading scorer on a finals team. And did you not see when he cried because his foot exploded in the final? I just want him back. And if we're not going to have him back, they also just need to take my suggestion of why do we not have we have all these NBA podcasts that are out there. Playoff P podcast.
Oh, yeah.
JJ Redick. It's enough of JJ Redick.
Oh, my God.
Just enough
you know
of
whose podcast I've had enough of? Pat Beverly.
Oh, Pat Beverly.
Pat Bev.
But you cannot tell me the greatest NBA podcast, which would put them all out of business. I'm telling you right now.
Yep.
Udonis Haslem, Goran Dragic together.
The Culture Cast.
As a podcast would be the greatest NBA podcast of all time.
Wow.
First of all, think of all the famous friends they have.
Yep.
Second of all, imagine UD with his raw, unfiltered thoughts and Goran Dragic with his raw, unfiltered thoughts, but with a great Slovenian accent.
Wow.
Tell me that wouldn't be the greatest podcast of all time. So,
you just sniffed that right up.
Dear Miami Heat, I would like one of the following.
Okay.
One, please bring back Goran Dragic. I want him on the team.
Yep.
If not, see other option. Franchise position. Can he be maybe the Euro version of Udonis Haslem? Vice president of
European ambassador.
European or international development and players. The international wing for the Miami Heat run by who? Goran Dragic.
Wow.
And if that is also not acceptable for you, I will take a third term, which will be Udonis Haslem, Goran Dragic podcast, please.
Solid.
All very good.
Co-hosts.
I like that.
We'll take
All
a quick
good
break. Back after this.